The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals has filed an injunction that could stop the ATF pistol brace ban in some areas for some people. And the ATF sent out a new rule about the pistol brace ban, which goes into effect on the 31st of May. We'll talk about all of that in just a minute. But first, I have to tell you, we have a super secret giveaway going on. It's happening right now. It's absolutely free, but it does end really soon. So click the link in the description down below to find out what it is you can win. Now, let's talk about the ATF, the injunction by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, and what you need to do with your pistol brace if you have one, because that deadline, that May 31st deadline, is looming. It's coming up very quickly. So, first of all, an injunction. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals filed an injunction which temporarily stops the ATF from implementing their pistol brace rule, but that injunction only covers the plaintiffs, which is a small group of people. In fact, it's like two guys and a company that's making firearms equipped with pistol braces. So I don't know, there's like 3 people in America now who don't have to follow the rule according to this court. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals covers Texas and Louisiana, down in that area. That's good news because a court of appeals has said that the ATF cannot implement this rule, that for some reason it's wrong, it's vague, it doesn't work. So the ATF has flip-flopped on pistol braces, whether they're legal or illegal, or whether you can have them or not have them, a couple of different times. And now a court, this Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, is on record saying, hang on, wait a minute, this doesn't work. But their injunction is very limited in scope. So I guess it can only be applied in that area, in the Fifth Circuit Court, the area where the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals covers. So not a national injunction, but still some good news on the legal front as we approach this looming deadline. Now, in typical ATF fashion, the ATF has changed their guidance again in the face of, like I called it before, a looming deadline. Okay, May 31st, you have to register your firearm as an SBR, or you have to get rid of the pistol brace, take it off. Now the ATF says you have to destroy the pistol brace, make it inoperable so that it cannot be reattached to your firearm. Remember, in the past, they just said you got to take it off. You can't have it on your gun. I even suggested storing it far away so that, they don't think that you have it. But the ATF sent an email out, and there's video and information in it to FFL holders about what people must do with their pistol brace, and the ATF says you must destroy it. I don't know how they're going to get proof that people who own pistol braces, I wish I knew someone who owned a pistol brace so I could talk to them, but everyone I ask says, no, I don't got one. How is the ATF going to know that you have destroyed your pistol brace? Do they want us to make a video and put it on YouTube of us destroying our pistol brace, taking it off if it's on the gun, taking it off and destroying it? Or maybe the ATF is working with the NSA and we all need to go outside and hold our driver's license and our pistol brace up so the NSA satellites can take pictures as they fly over, and then they'll know that we've destroyed our pistol brace. There's millions of these things out there, and the ATF wants them all destroyed, yet no way to enforce that or have proof that they're destroyed. No way of even knowing who has one. And they were legal up until, a few months ago. And then the ATF flip-flopped and decided that they're going to be illegal. This entire process has been very confusing for gun owners. And it is clearly an overreach by the ATF, or a flip-flop by the ATF. And politicians are getting involved, and they're rightfully upset, as are gun owners, because it's getting very difficult to know what we can and can't legally possess as gun owners, especially when the agency in charge of enforcing the laws about firearms continues to change the rules. We're standing on sand here. It's a moving target, and it's becoming very difficult to understand and know what it is we can and can't do. So where we're at right now is that on May 31st, the ATF intends to begin enforcing this idea that pistol braces on these firearms are illegal. You can't have them. It makes them a short-barreled firearm, and suddenly everybody who has a pistol brace equipped on that firearm is now a felon. One court has said, no, wait, We've slapped an injunction on there. The ATF cannot enforce this, but that injunction is very limited in scope and where it applies. So other parts of the nation have to follow the law. People down in the area covered by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals don't have to follow the law for now. And now the ATF has stepped in and said, when you take that pistol brace off your firearm, you must render it inoperable. You must destroy it. I don't know, typically when they're talking about destroying the receiver of a gun, it must be cut in 2 or 3 places and make sure that you can't put it back together. All of this is becoming very, very confusing for people who own these AR-style pistols that are equipped with pistol braces and barrels shorter than 16 inches. It comes out of this idea that for some reason people think that criminals are doing this, are using these guns en masse to cause mayhem, and if the government changes this rule, changes this law, suddenly crime will stop. Criminals are criminals. They're going to keep committing crime. It's not going to stop. Only the law-abiding people, only those of us who want to follow the law will follow this law, and we're caught up in this whirlwind of confusion. And it's getting very difficult to understand what we must do or not do. We're looking at like mass non-compliance. Think about this. There are going to be, I predict, millions of people in this country who are just like, nope, I'm not doing it. Come find me. You'll catch me if I have this. So it will end up making you a felon if you get caught. Understand that. I'm not telling you to break the law. I can't in good conscience do that. This is getting very confusing and very difficult to follow the rules that the ATF have set out in front of us. We need to talk to our elected representatives, and we need to rein in the ATF and tell our elected representatives to make the laws clear and instruct the ATF to enforce those laws as clearly as possible. And once they set something down, once they say this is what's true, they shouldn't just make it not true suddenly the next day because the political winds have shifted. That's not fair to the American gun owners. It's not fair to the American people, taxpayers, and the people who want crime to stop. And we all want to reduce crime. But we all seem to have different ideas of what will help reduce crime. And you know what? These pistol braces, making people take them off and throw them away and destroy them and grind them up, whatever it is the ATF wants us to do with them, that's not going to reduce crime. We need to work on things like reducing hopelessness and providing opportunity in these crime-ridden areas of the world, of our country, in order to stop crime. Getting rid of pistol braces, not going to have a huge impact on crime, not going to cut down on anything. All it's going to do is make law-abiding gun owners into criminals because we don't have a clear picture of what the ATF really wants us to do and whether or not what we do today will be legal tomorrow or vice versa. The information's out there, folks. The ATF is shifting the sands again. Things are changing. Things are happening very quickly. The deadline is coming up May 31st for you to get rid of your pistol braces. Now the ATF wants you to cut them up, except in the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals area. There's an injunction that stops the ATF from enforcing the rule. Lots of this stuff is changing. We'll try to keep you posted as it continues to unfold. Before you go, you just missed one of our best videos that got over 500,000 views. Click right here to watch it now.